If you are flying for the first time, this is basically all the video you need because this video is going to guide you step by step as a first time flyer. Hi guys, my name is Yuriko Originals. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And if you have not subscribed yet, please click the subscribe button for more videos like this. First of all, you have to book your ticket ahead. If you're traveling like on the 15th, you have to book your ticket ahead. Then on the day of your travel, you have to be at the airport at least 2 hours before your travel time. So when you're booking your ticket, you're gonna see the date and the time. Yeah. So if your flight is for 10 a.m., you should be at the airport at least 8 a.m. You should be at the airport like 2 hours earlier. And you're gonna find out why I said you should be at the airport earlier. Because if you decide to come to the airport on the exact time, you're going to miss your flight. Even if you come 30 minutes before the time, you may likely miss your flight. These are some of the queues you may encounter, especially like a big airport as Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport. You have a lot of check-ins to do, so you have to be here on time. When you are getting your stuff from down from your car or whatever you came to the airport with, you're gonna meet the troller guys. If you want to use their services, you can beckon on them. I'm using the airport troll. I think it costs 1,500 naira. So you just give them the 1,500 naira and they take your stuff for you inside. So this is the first place where you're going to get to like pass your luggages through this place. They kind of scan it in case you're with anything that you are not supposed to be in the airport with. This machine will detect it. So if you are with something, you don't have to travel with it. So you're gonna detect it, and when if your luggages are okay, you take it out and proceed. But if it's not okay, they have to maybe stop you and search you or thereabout. Maybe something in your box contains metal or whatnot. At this point, when they are done checking you, you just pick up your stuff and proceed. You look for the airline you are traveling with. You're gonna see Air Peace, United Airline, Ibom Air, Enugu Air. So whatever airline you booked, as you're going in, be looking for it. Like you can see their names all over the places. So you just look for the one you booked and keep on going until you see what you book. On this particular day, I booked Airpiece and I was traveling from Abuja to Enugu. So you keep checking. See, if you're a first time flyer, do not hesitate to ask questions. Ask the airport officials questions. So when you get to Airpiece or whatever airline you booked, also check the queue you're standing on, because on this day there was a queue from Abuja to Enugu, Abuja to Benin, Abuja to Lagos. So make sure you're standing on the queue going from Abuja. Don't just say I'm at Airpiece, so stand anywhere. I ask who is the last person and you stand behind the person. At this point, where is where your bag is going to be weighed. When your bag is weighed for Airpiece, you're entitled to carry 20 kg. So it's good that you weigh your bags at home to be sure it's not more than 20 kg, because if it's more than 20 kg, you're going to pay for excess luggage. I think 1,000 per kg. So if you have 30 kg, you may pay extra 10,000 naira depending on what you weigh. Now, this is the last time you're going to see your box, because at this point, they're going to take your box from you and they'll take it to they'll take their box from you. The only thing you are left with is your hand luggage. And also at this place, where this is where they'll give you your boarding pass, they will ask you for your ID card and they'll ask you for your ticket. So you're going to present your ID card to them and the ticket you booked online. Then they'll give you a boarding pass. With your boarding pass, they're going to now label your box. So make sure you are with your ID card. Not, it may not be with your ID card physically, but you can show them from your phone. So you should know that the number on your boarding pass is also the number that is going to be on your box. Also, if you're traveling with anything like perfumes or maybe drinks, it should be in your box and not in your hand luggage. You're entitled to 6 kg hand luggage, but they should be in your box, because when you get upstairs, they won't allow you to move there with your perfumes in your bag. So they should be in your box. And maybe when you try to come down to say, my box, I want to put the perfume there, no way. They might have taken your box, your luggages to the aircraft. You left to just dropping your perfume and your stuff in the airport. So you have to be very, very careful. Know the things that should be in your hand luggage and know the things that should be in your box. You proceed ahead. In the airport, there is no waiting, there is no looking up and down. You just proceed so that you do not miss your flight. For Nnamdi Azikiwe Airport, the waiting area is upstairs, so you use the escalator or the staircase. On this day, there was no option for staircase because the staircase area, I think it was tied. Like, I mean, the escalator that was not moving, it was not even accessible. So you have to use the escalator. You can hold the rail for support, or you just, match into it and it takes you up. When it takes you up, you I said in the airport there is no waiting, there is no looking. Just be on the go so that you do not miss your flight. When you get upstairs, um there's restaurant here. You can choose to eat. If you've not had breakfast, you can choose to have breakfast. You can have lunch. You can buy water, refreshment, whatever you want is in the airport. There is also another check-in here. After they have checked you downstairs, they will still check you here again. So when you get here, there you may still see another queue. That's why I said you should be at the airport early because you will encounter queues, especially in big airports like Abuja Airport. But you have to be patient and you have to observe all protocols so that you don't get embarrassed. So nobody tells you this or tells you that, or nobody talks to you in a manner you do not like. So just be alert. If you're confused about anything, feel free to ask the airport officials questions and you continue. So when you get to this place, you drop your box and everything, things like phone, like little items like phone. You collect this basket from them and put it into it. Collect the basket, put it there, and move it ahead. When you get down, go to your seat and sit down and listen attentively. Whatever they are calling, be listening. You're traveling with earpiece. Whenever you hear earpiece, open your ears. If they say the flight, you have your flight number. On this day, it was P P47102. So once you hear flight P47012, you pay attention. They're about to give you an announcement whether your flight is delayed or your flight has been moved or you guys are flying in the next 10 minutes or proceed for boarding. So you have to be attentive. So our flight was a little bit delayed. Then in the next 30 minutes, they told us to proceed for boarding. So we proceeded for our boarding. You're going downstairs to go and board. Remember, we came upstairs on an escalator. So we're going down to where the aircraft is. When you get down, there are a lot of buses conveying people. And each aircraft have their own bus. Don't come down and enter Ibom Air bus when you booked Airpeace ticket. Don't come down and enter Airpeace when you booked United Airline. So you see the names on the buses, okay? You look very well. Airpeace, the one that is boarding immediately, the bus is there standby. It will convey you from here to where the aircraft is. Some other airports, there is no bus to convey you because the airports are small. But here, there are a lot of aircraft. There could be up to like 10, 15 aircraft on ground. So you don't have to be moving around. Plus, all these vehicles, you just need to use the bus for safety and to control the crowd movement. You don't go and start entering and start going to the aircraft when there is bus to convey you there. Enter the bus and it takes you to the aircraft. You come down immediately because you still need to be checked. So when you get to the bus, you sit down and it takes you to your aircraft. If there's no announcement in the bus, there's no information in the bus. The bus is basically to take you to where you're going to board. So just sit comfortably and do not forget anything. In fact, it's better you carry anything. If you have with two luggages, handbag, whatever, carry it on your body. Don't keep it on the bus or anything, because I mean the airport is the easiest place to forget things. So you have to hold all your stuffs together, because if you forget it, maybe by the time you remember, you should have gotten to your destination. So hold your things very very well when you are in the airport to avoid it being misplaced. So I was boarding Airpeace, like I said. The bus conveyed us to the aircraft. When we got to the aircraft, we alighted from the bus. We alighted from the bus and headed straight to the aircraft. When you get here, feel free to take pictures. Feel free to make videos. Feel free to update your people that you're about to board, are about to board. I made videos, and I also gave someone my phone to just make a very short video of me. After that, I proceeded to board. This is another queue. Like, that's why I said be at the airport at least 2 hours, because you have to stand. Some of these aircraft are big, they have the capacity of taking up to 100 people. Some take more than 100 people, some are smaller. So imagine you have 100 people on a flight, and you have to check in 100 people at three different points. That is time. So you have to be here on time. You have to be on this queue and go up to board the aircrafts. If you're confused about anything, feel free to ask questions. But at this point, there's no question to ask. Just hold your boarding pass on your hand. That your boarding pass, immediately they give it to you at that place where you give them where you show them your passport. Hold it very well. Put it in your handbag. You're going to show it to the air hostess before they allow you into the aircraft. If you misplace it, you may go back from here. So locate your seat. As you are going, if your seat number is 25A, 25B, 25C, 25D, you will see the numbers of the seats here. These are the numbers of the seats. You can see the 23 here. These are the numbers. If your seat is 23B, you just go to 23 and sit at B or C or D. So your hand luggages, you keep them up and you close it. Announcement will be given in the aircraft. You fasten your seat belts and sit comfortably while you enjoy your view. They will make announcements, they'll give safety precaution, how to use the exits. But we do not pray for such. We pray for a safe flight and a safe landing. Take pictures, but you have to put off your phone when the aircraft wants to take off. But then when you guys are now on air, you can put on your phone and take pictures. Expect snacks like, you know, expect snacks like this, and feel free to eat them. When you eat them, just hold it, because they will soon move around with the trash bin. You give it to them. At this moment, we have landed in Enugu, and everybody was alighting from the aircrafts. I just waited patiently for everybody to leave before I took my hand luggages. This was me taking my hand luggage. I had like two hand luggages, this handbag and a backpack. These were the two hand luggage I have. And I traveled with a board. When I got into the aircraft, the air hostess was so nice to take it from me so I can sit properly. This is it. This was it being brought back to me so I could sit properly. They kept it at the back of the aircraft. So when I was about to alight, I asked for it. They gave it, handed it over to me, and I proceeded. So at this point, feel free to walk majestically because you have landed. Unlike when you were still about to board, that you have to be on your toes and have to be on your toes and walk briskly so that you do not miss out on anything. So I alighted. I was like among the last persons that alighted from this aircraft, and it was on purpose because I didn't want to rush, and I also wanted to like make these videos for you guys. So this is Enugu. Enugu Airport is not as big as Abuja Airport, so there is no vehicle conveying you to anywhere. The vehicle conveying you is your leg. So this is them bringing out those your luggage that I told you that was gonna be the last time you see it in Abuja. So now you're gonna see it here again. They're going to bring it out with this cargo into the airport, and you have to stand to whenever you see your own box coming, you pick it up. So my own box was coming and I picked it up. You also free to request for airport stroller. They're always on standby. So if what you're carrying is plenty, for me, I had my box, I had my backpack, I had my handbag. I could not carry everything on my own, so I requested for a stroller. You pay them 1,500. So if your bag is plenty, keep like 3K. You pay them at the airport where you departed from and the airport where you landed. But if what you're carrying is just like a backpack, once you collect it, you just continue. Some people do not even travel with box. They don't even need to like keep anything in the aircraft. They just carry their backpack as their hand luggage. That's all. So here now they're going to check you to be sure you're with your box. The number on your Boarding pass is the number they use in labeling your box. So you're going to cross check to be sure you didn't pick up somebody else's box. But that does not mean that you should not be looking out for someone else picking your box. If you have two luggages, they have it written on your ticket that you have two luggages there, so that there is no mistake and you don't get to misplace your item. So once they cross check you here, you are free to move. There are a lot of taxis in the airport. Airport taxis. Some airports do not accept boats. So if you're using the airport taxi, they're always standing here, beaconing on you to use their services. If you have a relative or your friend coming to pick you, good and fine. On this day, I already had someone to pick me. So the stroller guy wheeled my luggages to the car and transferred it into the car for me. So that was it. See, it's very straightforward. It's very, very straightforward. You just have to be attentive. You just have to pay attention. So when they get there, you open your purse and pay them the money. You can choose to pay them 2,000 naira or more if you're impressed with their services. I'm just saying 1,500 because that is the least. Because using the troller alone is 1,000 naira. Then you have to pay them maybe 500, 1,000. That's why I said that is the least you can pay. So he helped me transferring my stuff from the troller into the boot of the car. So that was it. At this point, I was good to go. I paid him and I went into the car and continued my journey. Even though my flight was delayed, I thought the person coming to pick me would not be available at the moment because the flight was delayed. The flight was delayed for, did I say 30 minutes earlier? From 10:15 to almost 12. So well, I was lucky that he waited for me. Yeah, this was me saying goodbye to Akanu Ibiam Airport and getting into the city of Enugu. So it's always better when someone is waiting for you to pick you or when you're using the airport taxi instead of wheeling your luggage outside to look for a taxi outside. Thank you so much for watching. Please do well to subscribe to my YouTube channel for videos like this. This is Unique Originals.